poppin', guys? It's your boy Crooks209 back at you guys with another video. And today we're doing a special striking tips video with my boy GOAT1099, one of the best strikers in all of UFC 4 on either system. So we're going to go ahead and shoot him an invite here, and then we are going to get it poppin'. Yo, what's poppin', guys? So like I said in the intro, we are here with the homie GOAT1099, the homie, the former ESFL champion, the pound for pound, one of the best pound for pound fighters on UFC 4, on the PlayStation side. Honestly, I would say on either side. I think he gets respect from both the Xbox and the PlayStation side, but either way, he's one of the best strikers that I've ever seen in the game, and honestly, that I think anybody that has watched him fight has ever seen as well. So we're here to kind of pick at his brain to see how he really approaches the game, inside the pocket, outside the pocket, how he deals with pressure, how he goes about his footwork, how he goes about his combination work. So without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce GOAT to those of you guys who don't know him. Those of you guys that haven't tuned into his stream, tell us a little bit about yourself, GOAT.
What's going on, y'all? GOAT1099. So I've been a part of the community ever since the first EA Sports game. I've been playing, the EA Sports or the UFC games dating back to Undisputed, but I didn't take the game, serious competitive wise until UFC 3. That's when I kind of made my push, in the top 100 in the rankings, and then I entered the ESFL. And had my run there where I was the first PlayStation champion on that game. And ever since then, I've just been getting a lot of love from the guys in the community. I've linked up with a lot of people, like such as Crooks, and it's just been nothing but good stuff, man. So I felt like it was vital that I try to give back, and give some of my insight on how I approach the game.
Yeah, for sure, bro. And any insight from one of the best players like yourself honestly goes a long way. It's but not only for myself. I know I learned a lot of things from you. We've obviously played over 70 games, 80 games against each other. I've learned a lot from you personally. So I wanted to get in with GOAT to bring you guys content that'll maybe help take your guys' game to the next level, whether you're a beginner to the game, you just got the game, all the way up to the elite players. All of you guys will gain something from this. So as you guys can see, he's going to go with Masvidal. I'm going to go with Usman. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the fight here so we could start picking at GOAT's brain. All right, guys, so we are back. So we are in the fight here. So the first question I have for you, GOAT, is the question that me and you probably get more than any other is, how do you deal with pressure with somebody that is just in your face right here? They don't want to take a step back, and all they want to do is exchange in the pocket. What do you do to combat it if you want to gain yourself some space? Or what do you do to possibly even defeat somebody like that in the pocket?
So my approach, I have the confidence, I feel like as a player, you should have the confidence to know that we all start off with the same health, everything, so if somebody wants to pressure you, stick right in their face, and go, you feel me? See exactly how they react to whatever attacks you want to throw out. Usually, I try to start off with body work, because if you're coming forward, obviously you plan on throwing a lot. So in that sense, I plan on, touching your body a lot as well, if that's an option for myself. So just, try to keep yourself from backing up straight, because the second you back up straight, you're automatically you're giving them, they're winning, off that, because that's their goal. They want to just get in your face, not necessarily to do anything. A lot of people just stand in front to just try to intimidate you. So don't be intimidated by nobody standing in front of you, because if you understand the game, pressure is just smoke and mirrors for real, man. Yeah, but just try to I'd say work the body when you can. And if you want to, circle out, because using your movement is the best way to stop pressure. People will get frustrated after a while if they can't, cut the ring off, and they'll start to play, at the pace that you want to play at.
Yeah, that's honestly the best way I've heard anybody describe it. I mean, you don't want to give inch. You don't want to. I feel like, in my opinion too, you don't want to give an inch to somebody in a fight. You want to make them earn every inch of the octagon that they take. You know what I mean? So that's a perfect way to break it down. That's a perfect way to approach it. If you're new to the game and you're trying to increase your striking, you're just getting pressured a lot. What GOAT just said, it really is is really like the gospel that you really needed to hear. It was like you just went to the church of striking and just came out with the holy grail. You feel what I'm saying? So definitely take what he just said and try to implement it in your own game. So the second thing that we have is is your footwork. Go. How do you utilize your footwork to enter in the pocket and really close the distance? Because I personally feel like you're one of the best guys at closing the distance quick. I feel like no matter if I make a mistake, even out at this range, you're on me with either a jab or you're on me with a head kick or you're on me with working the body, like you said. And sometimes you'll just even walk forward and just start pressuring me here. So, how do you go about utilizing footwork to really get your opponent and put your opponent in scenarios that are going to lead to your success?
So in that aspect, I feel like that's where it gets a little bit more advanced, because when I'm, approaching a fight and I'm trying to close the distance, everything is like chess, in my mindset. So if you're somebody that likes to pressure, I automatically, am trying to make sure, that I use movement to try to keep you on edge at all times. But when it regards to closing the distance, if I have somebody that's playing, the distance game with me, I'm going off their reactions. I implement fakes. Always, try to keep them on edge. And if they're using fakes, I'll be able to tell if it's just a fake and that's just something that they're just using to keep me off of them, or if they're actually trying to attack off the fakes. It's everything. Is a battle. It's a battle mentally in every aspect, whether it's fakes, just moving forward, cutting off the octagon. So I feel like that's where you have to understand your opponent that you're in the ring with at that time. It's not really a particular way. You can just understand it without being in the octagon, and sharing that octagon with your opponent and whoever you're fighting against. Once you get a gauge on their movement and their timing, it's like it's something that you'll only know once you're in there and you experience it. So definitely just approach it like you would a regular chess match. That's the best way I can explain it. Once you can close the distance on them, then remember exactly what you did to close the distance and see how they react. If they react a different way, then you adjust from there.
Yeah, and that you just told me something that kind of just triggered something that I heard from Z Hunter, which if you guys don't know who Z Hunter is, he is one of the owners, founding owners of the ESFL, and he's also a game changer. I remember when I first got to know him, and I started to take the game very seriously. He told me, you know what? I just look at it as a timed game of chess. Whoever figures out their opponent first is either going to get the knockout or they're going to get the win. So that's perfect. That fits perfectly in line with what you're saying too. So elite players think alike right there, and that's really a good way to approach it. I mean, you're trying to set yourself up and do things to put yourself in the best scenario to win. So that's honestly a great way to break that down, Goat. I couldn't honestly agree with you anymore. So the third thing that we have for you is, I get this question a lot from a lot of people, or I get this comment a lot from people. They always say when me and you are fighting, like, damn, you guys are quick in the pocket. How do you guys know, and how do you guys get the timing here in the pocket? So that's a question I'm going to extend out to you. What keys do you go off of to get your opponent's timing when you're in the pocket right here? Like, let's say somebody, again, is pressuring you, kind of like how we said in the first question. How do you get the opponent's timing if you're trying to finish them here, Goat?
Okay, so I'm gonna actually take some of your advice, what you said on your standpoint. When I'm approaching a fight and I'm in a pocket, I go off a little small reads. You have to go and use the basics when you're in a pocket, because you're not always gonna be able to just throw looping, shots, and you actually leave yourself open to getting countered a lot. So like exactly how you were throwing, volume right there, and I just hit you with one body shot, and you see how what it did to your stamina, stuff like that. I feel like are visual cues that you can kind of just remember and go off of. But it's always you always have to keep in the back of your head that you're not rocked. If your damage is level, with your opponents, then you always are at a fair you're at the same advantage that they are, when approaching a fight in the pocket. So just keep that confidence, and stick to the basics, man. Use your jab, don't just go wild and just start throwing hooks, because the second you do that, you're automatically putting yourself in max vulnerability to get countered. So as much as touch the body as much as you can, to be honest, because if you're inside, that's the best time to work the body. You don't get the opportunities to touch the body, when you're outside of range. That's when, you mainly use more strikes and, straights and jabs, down the pipe. When you're inside, that's when you get to capitalize and work at that stamina. So definitely, just try to work the stamina, man, and just stay confident, evade, know when to back out, and backing out isn't taking 3, 4, 5 steps back. Backing out can be as simple as you getting yours in, taking 1 step back like that so he can miss, and then re-enter in the pocket, just simple stuff like that, that'll keep your opponent on edge and ultimately give you at the advantage when it comes to octagon control.
Yeah, and that's honestly beautiful too, especially the tip about backing out. It can cause your opponent. So let's give them an example of what we're talking about. So go ahead and throw your combination, and then back out. So see if so let's say he backs out right there. Look, I throw a 1-2. Now look at my stamina and look at my head health. When you're throwing strikes, your head health doesn't rebuild up because you're using stamina. So if you whiff strikes, if let's say if Goat was to come in and try to throw a 2-piece combination, and then I input and I whiff from right here, and then he decides to step back in, if he's not holding block, his stamina will have gone back up, his head health will have gone back up as well, and now he's at a big advantage over you because you do not want a player like Goat who knows what he's doing and knows what to do with that stamina advantage on you. Trust me, it's one of the worst feelings in the world, and when you get stuck in it, you ain't going to be able to get out of it most of the time. So definitely use that. One added on question to that is, I know a lot of people, a lot of the newer players, they are not aware that they lose the HUDs in ranked championships. So how do you approach that when you can't see your opponent's HUDs? Now, I know it's kind of easier when you can, obviously right now you guys can see that I have both of mine and Goat's HUDs up, but in ranked championships, once you get to Division 15 and as you progress into Division 20 and stuff like that, those HUDs go away. So really, how do you approach that when you can't see the HUD?
So that's where I feel like it gets more exciting, at least for me, because I like the aspect of not being able to see your opponent's health and everything like that, because if you're in a real fight, you're not gonna know that your opponent's leg is damn near ripped to shreds until you see it then rocked. But when you don't have the HUD, you have to focus on you and you alone, man. So when you're striking, make sure you look at your stamina. Get in the habit, even when you can see both of your opponent's HUD, get in the habit of looking at your health, your stamina, because only you know your body like you, right? So it's the same thing in the video game aspect, man. If your body is hurt, make the necessary adjustments, man. Don't be too locked in on looking at your opponent's health and seeing, oh, his head health is low, because usually that leads us to do stuff that we ultimately will regret down the line in the fight. And it happens to all of us, man. When we're able to see our opponent's health and see their vulnerabilities, it makes us, want to act, instantly. But just get in the habit of watching your own health, watching your own stamina, and being more responsible with every action that you do, because every action in this game has a counter. Literally, there's a natural counter for everything in this game as far as the striking goes. So just be more alert on your actions and less worrying about what your opponent is doing, because that's how you stay focused throughout the entire course of the fight.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing stuff right there. No joke, because like you said, in ranked championships, when you get up to a certain level, you can't see that. So you need to focus on you need to control what you can control, not what you can't. You know what I mean? So until they put the HUDs back in, or if they ever do, that's kind of what you got to deal with. So definitely take Goat's advice in that. That's vital information if you're trying to grind up to the top of the leaderboards, like I see a lot of people doing. I know a lot of players put emphasis on being in the top 100, and that kind of information right there will get you up to really where you want to be at. So, all right, guys, that is the last tip of the tutorial that we have for you guys. Shout out to Goat for coming through. Thank you, Goat, for being willing to come on and give and make a video with me and really give some tips on how you approach the game. Hopefully you guys are able to take a lot of these tips that we gave you guys here today, or that GOAT specifically gave you guys, and really implement them in your game, and maybe even use them against GOAT himself when you fight him. GOAT, if you have anything else to say, here you go.
Yeah, man. Definitely, like you said, be don't be shy to use all these skills that we have against us, because obviously we're giving you guys the skills for a reason. We want you guys to get better and improve your game. We don't want to see ranked and the majority of quick fights be just spammers and people that don't really know what they're doing. So this knowledge, definitely use it to your advantage. And yeah, man, just keep looking out for what we're doing, man, because we only trying to improve you guys and show you guys that this game can be played at a very high level if you're open to making adjustments, man. So yeah, appreciate you, Coach, for having me, man, and shout out to everybody that watched the video.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you coming on, Ed, and tell everybody where they can find you at too, because I know you're a streamer just like I am. We both stream on YouTube. Go ahead and tell them where they can find you at on Twitter and your YouTube channel.
So yeah, I'm on YouTube. You can just search me up, Go1099. Should pop up. I have a lot of videos with ESFL, a lot of collaborative videos already out there with people that have either tried to expose me on rank, or just put me on their channels out of their own, kindness, man. And on Twitter, you can find me at Go1099, Instagram Go1099, and yeah, man, just watch out, for what we got going on, man. I got a lot of stuff coming. And yeah, hopefully we get in some more collaborative videos just like this.
Yes, sir, for sure. That's a definite. We definitely gonna do that. But all right, guys, shout out to everybody that watched the video. I appreciate you guys. Make sure if you guys are new and this content really helped you guys out, to hit that subscribe button. It'd be much appreciated, as well as leave a like. I'm going to drop GOAT's channel link in the description in this video, so go ahead and go give him a subscribe as well if you guys enjoyed his content and his breakdowns on it. And until the next video, guys, take it easy, be safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.